in Alzheimer's disease, the disease process is at this point known to involve buildup of plaques and tangles in the brain. That's the traditional markers of the disease, and the death of neurons and atrophy of the brain. It's also known that there are problems that occur in the blood circulation in the brain, and how that regulation of blood supply is coupled to the neuron activity. Now, what people have not examined, but we're doing here in this lab, is to measure the dynamic relationship between the blood supply to the brain and that neuron activity. The challenge is that right now, the tools don't exist to make these measurements at the level of resolution that's needed to really understand the neurovascular component of Alzheimer's disease. So we're creating those tools. We're working with the EEG, which is the electroencephalography, measures from the scalp the potentials on the skin. And we're also using a technology called near-infrared spectroscopy. So this uses near-infrared light that can penetrate down into the body on the order of a couple of centimeters and monitor blood oxygen changes in the brain. It's similar to a pulse oximeter that you might put on your ear or on your finger and track pulse and blood oxygen levels, except we have a pattern of those sensors that go over the scalp, interleaved with the electrodes. So this allows us to measure both modalities at the same time in a time-locked way and in a known spatial pattern. So we get a map of this neurovascular activity in the brain over time. I think over the next decade, we will unravel the mysteries of Alzheimer's disease. It's going to be a global, collective, scientific, medical engineering effort to do it. I think it's going to happen, though. And where I see my group's particular contribution will be on, I think we're going to deliver a way to measure brain health, much like you go to the doctor to get a checkup on your heart, and they'll listen to your heart, and you can get your EKG and can study it and find out if you are at risk for certain diseases or if there are certain signs that there's trouble. I think we'll be at a point where you go in and you also get a brain checkup. I think everyone's going to be getting this starting earlier in life, and it's really going to change the way that we manage brain disease. Our group's contribution will be to help make that a reality in a way that's affordable for clinics and easy to use for the doctors, and comfortable for the patient, and overall provide a net gain to society.